Soft glam moment, soft glam moment. Excuse my craziness. I am MSA. Welcome back to my channel. Today I created this soft glam makeup look and I'm loving it, really loving it. I tend to go for more bolder colors, but it was really good for me to just enjoy playing with neutrals. I love it. I feel really sophisticated, very glamorous, just there but not in your face. So it's a look that you can wear this anywhere, I think, and it's perfect for those who don't like a lot of color or just want to look like they're made up but they just don't want to look like they've got too much makeup on. Yeah, this was fun. Anyways, keep on watching to learn how to create this look and share this video. So the first thing I'm going to do is put some concealer onto my eyelids. Just creates a really good canvas for the eyeshadows afterwards, and I'm going in with a Crown C457 brush to just blend that all in. Using some translucent powder just to set the concealer so that it doesn't crease. So I'm using the Morphe Dare to Create palette, and for my transition color I'm just going to use this one here. Using my trusty MAC 224 brush to create my transition shade. It's soft glam, so I'm trying to be very gentle with it, gentle with the colors that I'm picking and my application. I think it just has to look really flawless. I actually think it takes a bit more skill to do a soft glam and to do it really well than other makeup looks. So whenever I'm able to slay a soft glam, I know that I've done a good job. I am so sorry, but my camera cut out and I only just realized after I finished putting my eyeshadow on, but I'll just explain what I did. I applied this really kind of beigey shade. I just used a flat shader brush. I popped that color all over my eyelid. I went up just slightly higher than my crease just because it looks better with my eye shape because I have a really big upper eyelid space. And then once I applied the color, I went back in with my MAC 224 brush with no extra product, and then I just blended those two colors together just so it's a seamless transition. The next I'm going to go in with this brown shade. I'm using a MAC 217 brush for this, and just going to stamp that on first of all to the outer corner of my eye to smoke it out a bit, give it a little bit more transition, and then I'm sort of blending that upwards into kind of like the new crease I created. It's actually slightly above my own crease, and then also onto the eyelid. And I'm just going to keep building up that color so it's as intense as I want it to be. I'm now going to use a clean MAC 217 brush just to blend that color onto my main eyelid color. So there's a nice transition, and also to blend it up into the crease a little bit more. And back in again with that same MAC 224 brush just to make sure there are no harsh edges. For eyeliner, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the color Chocolate and a MAC 210 brush. This color is a chocolate brown color. I didn't want to use black because I pretty much always use black. So I'm trying to keep it softer by using a brown color, and I'm just going to draw a little wing. I think it's a little bit on the dry side, so I'm just going to add a few drops of Duraline to it, and that just makes it a bit more of a fluid consistency, and then it's a lot easier to apply it. I'm gonna pop some lashes on. These are by Eyelore. They're called Bad and Bougie. Love the name of these lashes. Moving on to the face, I've already got my Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector. I popped that onto my T-zones, which are the most oily areas of my face. And then for the rest of my face, I've gone in with the Bare Minerals Primetime Primer. Then to sort of set these primers, I'm going to use some translucent powder, and this is by Revolution. This is their Deep Dark Baking Powder. Just using a dry beauty blender for this and just pressing that into the areas that I get the most oily, and it just helps to soak up that excess oil. So for foundation, I'm going in with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless foundation. I'm in the shade number 15 Neutral, but it's just a little bit too yellow, so I also add in some of my NYX Pro Foundation Mixer, and this is just in the deep color. So I put about 3 pumps on my hand. I'm gonna add in just a little bit of this foundation mixer. And that's literally it, and I find it just neutralizes it a little bit. Then using a Real Techniques Expert face brush, I'm just going to apply the foundation onto my nose, starting with the center of my face. So curve my lips. Time to lay down some contour. I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Stick Foundation in the shade Espresso. I'm just going to skip my forehead today because I don't really think it needs it. And I'm using a MAC 188S brush just to blend it in. Then for concealer, I'm using my trusty Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser in the colors Deep Bronze and Tan. I'm just going to mix them together. Just going to blend that in with my damp beauty blender. Just going to use a smaller brush up here because it's hard to get a beauty blender to fit. Then back in with my foundation brush just to go through and blend everything in together again. When that's all blended, I'm just going to quickly go in and set it with some translucent powder. This is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in the color Kunafa. I'm just trying to do it without looking down so I don't get lots of creasing under my eye. I'm going to set my smile lines. I'm just going to puff out my cheeks. We're going to set the rest of my face now with the Deep Dark Powder by Revolution. This is the baking powder. I'm using a Real Techniques powder brush to do it, and just in all the areas where I didn't put down concealer, just using a very light layer of this powder. Don't forget your neck. And I'm just going to pinch the brush and go down either side of my nose. And to bring back a little bit of warmth into my face, I'm using the Revolution Matte Bronzer in the color Deep. And this is a Rebel Edge brush by Real Techniques. And basically I'm just going over the areas that I have contoured, just very lightly. I'm putting a little bit on my forehead, don't want too much. And to finish off my eyes, I'm going to go back in with that brown eyeshadow that I used to smoke out my top eyelid. And to add a little bit more definition to my lower lash line, I'm going to use this very dark brown color at the bottom and an angle brush. This is just by Eco Tools, and pack that color onto my lower eyelid. You might not really be able to see that on camera, but trust me, it kind of has the same effect as eyeliner, but it's still softer because it's not black. I actually found this a challenge because I love my black eyeliner. So, but it's good for me to just try something different. So I'm just going to line just the outer third of my lower lash line. So it doesn't look too harsh. I'm just going back in with that fluffy brush that I used to apply the eyeshadow initially. For mascara, I'm just using the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes to define my lower lashes. I also put some on the underside of my false lashes just to blend in the false lash with my real lash. So for highlighter, I'm using this trio by Inglot. This is number 104, and I'm using a brush by Crown. This is a C529. I'm going to swirl sort of the two top colors together, so that bronze and the gold together, just to create a new color. And just put that back onto my face. I had this in my collection for ages, and I just happened to remember it and realized this is so good. Why did I ever stop using it? Don't know. Just going to use a small MAC 224 brush just to get underneath my brows. I'm going to line my lips with MAC lip liner in the color Chestnut. For lips, I'm using the Too Faced lipstick in Send Nudes. Love that name. Just going to use a lip brush just to blend this in a bit better. For blush, I'm using Fenty Beauty Mocha Mami and a Crown C522 brush. I like to leave blush to the end just so I know if I have enough color on my face or not, because sometimes if you do blush before, you can then, it could just be a bit unbalanced. I'm just going to set everything with my NYX matte finishing spray. Yeah, I'm feeling this makeup look. Soft Glam. It's a classic. I don't think this will ever go out of style. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Bye.